Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Sports Talk Tasha. And it's NFL Draft Day, which is the greatest day of the year for football fans. It's like our Christmas day. So let's talk about this draft. See what we got going on today. So I'm gonna start off with this little idea I had in my head, and people will call me crazy for it, but it's okay. I'll take crazy. I was really looking at the Chicago Bears and what they were gonna do with that number 3 pick, and I had this little idea that they were gonna draft a cornerback, specifically Gareon Conley, who unfortunately that probably won't happen, but I had this idea that they were gonna draft a cornerback and that they would then go ahead and trade with the Seattle Seahawks for Richard Sherman. And then all of a sudden, look at that. What the Bears are missing in their secondary, they got all of that and then some. But yeah, whatever, that's not going to happen. But it does look like the Bears will probably take the safety from LSU, Jamal Adams. So that's a good pickup for them. They can build on that. But let's talk more specifically about the Cleveland Browns. And we're back here talking about who the Browns should take with the first pick of the draft. Now, with all intents and purposes, it looks like it's going to be Myles Garrett. However, everyone's saying that they're probably going to trade that pick with the number 5 pick and pick up Mitch Trubisky, who is the North Carolina quarterback, or former North Carolina quarterback. Gosh, Cleveland, as much as I hate to say this, I don't want you guys to take another quarterback. It has been a disaster. 19 quarterbacks since 1999. Not that they've drafted 19 quarterbacks. They've drafted 4 quarterbacks since 1999. But all 4 have been complete busts. Tim Couch, Brady Quinn, Johnny Manziel. I can't even remember the other guy's name, but they have all been busts. And what we have seen from this NFL of late is that you don't need to have the best quarterback in the league to win a championship. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not like the Cleveland Browns are going to draft a quarterback and then all of a sudden that's going to be their answer. They're going to the playoffs. They're winning the Super Bowl. It's going to take much more. It's going to take a lot of coaching, number one. It's going to take a lot of wheeling and dealing to get all the right players around that team. But what I'm saying is, gosh, I don't want you guys to take another quarterback. It just feels like it's quarterback disaster in Cleveland, and I feel like you can do better. Here's the thing about drafting a quarterback. You're putting a lot of eggs in that basket, and like I've said, it's shown in this NFL that you do not need to take a quarterback. You do not need to have the perfect quarterback to win a Super Bowl. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who had Trent Dilfer. Now, Trent Dilfer does great commentary on ESPN, and he's highly entertaining. But let's face it, he's no Tom Brady. He's never going to be an Aaron Rodgers. He's nowhere up there. So he was able to be a serviceable quarterback and help his team win a Super Bowl. The other guy, and you guys are going to hate me for this one, but it's true, was Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning had a ridiculous defense. He had a running game. He had different things, and he was able in 2015. That 2015 Peyton Manning isn't the Peyton Manning that we all grew up with and know and love. That was a different Peyton Manning. He was surviving on that team, and he did what he had to do to win the Super Bowl. So you don't need to take a quarterback. And gosh, Cleveland, Sashi Brown, who is the general manager for the Cleveland Browns, I'm so begging you to stick with Myles Garrett. Build your team. Build your defense. You have some pretty decent running backs. You have Duke Johnson and Isaiah Crowell. You can build on that. So I am begging and imploring that the Cleveland Browns do not trade for Mitch Trubisky. I might be wrong, and it won't be the first time I'm wrong, but I'm saying with your track record of quarterbacks, you can do better than just going all in for another quarterback. There are so many ways around this to build that team up. I believe Sashi Brown is a talented person. I believe that he can get this team back to where it needs to be. but I can't wrap my head around the Cleveland Browns going for another quarterback at this time. So I'm gonna beg. I've been begging all of this entire video. Cleveland, do not trade for Mitch Trubisky. Build your team up. The quarterback is not always the answer. Now, you guys, if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. But subscribe to Sports Talk Tasha. Follow me on Instagram at Sports Talk Tasha. And I'm also on Twitter at Sports Talk Tasha. Thank you guys so much for listening and have a wonderful day.